Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. So, you guys, oh Lord, this is the season finale. We are here. We are at the end, all right? Power Force for Family Business, all right? Season 1, Episode 10. Money, power, 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 power. I am so freaking mad, y'all. I am pissed. Oh my God, about my girl Lily Anna. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, we know, right, that freaking Dumb and Dumber, all right, Claude and Vic, what they dumb behinds, Dummy 1 and Dummy 2 is my official names for them, fell for the okey doke with Daddy Flynn, right? And so we have Tommy driving up in his car, fast pissed, calling Vic, saying, yo, you know what I'm saying? You end up hitting, when you tried to hit me, you end up hitting this young kid. He's not doing good, and you're going to have to answer for that. And Vic don't know what he's talking about, right? Of course, Tommy is thinking that it was Vic that hit him, you know, and of course shot D-Mac. But he's like, that wasn't me. And he's basically telling Tommy, well, you're going to pay for Gloria. And Tommy is still telling him what we all know. I did not do anything to Gloria. Use your damn brain. But if you want a war, you got it. And Vic says we are at war. And so at this point, we see and Tommy go, you know, to Merkovich, whatever the hell his name is. And he telling him that he's going to need to know who put that hit out on him, right? And just trying to check, make sure everything is good. And he's like, you know, even though these are your men, I'm going to be the general. I need to know that I'm going to be in charge, that I could trust you, that you got my back. And, you know, we handling this business. And so, of course, Merkovich starts talking to the guy and his legion. He's like, you know, see, this the part I don't trust, right? Because I don't know what the hell you just said to him. And he was like, I'm letting him know that you're in charge. But, you know what I'm saying, if anything gets cute or slick, then we will have to switch up and we will kill you behind. And Tommy's like, okay, I could rock with that. I could respect that. At the same time, we're seeing Vic having a conversation with the Irishman, the four horsemen, you know, that was supposed to be so big and bad. And, you know, they're basically saying, well, if this Tommy guy is supposed to be so big and bad, why the heck y'all need all of us any daggone way, right? And they're also talking about how they've been hearing these rumors of, you know, the father basically not having as much strength as he used to have. And Vic is still trying to prop his daddy up and be like, no, he's good. And in the same time, he's basically saying that, you know, Tommy is, what the hell did he say? Tommy was like a flea on a bull's balls. And, you know, it's like, again, if he's so small, then why y'all couldn't handle it? I'm like, yeah, Vic, okay, you trying to get cute. You know, we have Adrian asking Diamond what they could do later tonight. It's like they done got real comfy and comfortable now, right? They basically like they are little lovebirds in a relationship. And he ain't paying her no mind. He's deep in thought. So he's basically like, babe, whatever. And she realizes that he's not paying her no mind. So she's like, well, what's going on? You know, talk to me. Come here, you know. And basically saying, does this have to do with the fact of you saying that it was people that you can't trust? And he basically was like, yeah. And so right after this, Jannard Raggedy Behind really, really, really tried it, boy. He gonna call him up on the phone and be like, where you at? And he's like, oh, I'm here at the shop. I was just about to close up. He's like, okay, well, you know, stay there because I want to holler at you for a minute. And Diamond is like, okay, cool. But when he hangs up, he's telling Adrian, girl, you got to get your stuff. We got to get up out of here. She want to stop and be asking questions, talking about, what is it, Diamond? What's going on? What's happening? He like, girl, move your ass. All right, we ain't got time for that. I said we got to move. And so he hurry up and grab her and pulling her. And she's like, what's going on? What's going on? And, you know, he takes her out to the car. And she's like, what's happening? Who was that? And he's like, wait, get down. Shush, you know, watch. You'll see in a minute. So when they get down, we see Black coming with these two other guys, basically, you know, with the guns drawn out, ready, busting in the barbershop. But, of course, he's not in there. He's looking at them. And I'm like, damn, I was disappointed with Black, too, because I kind of felt like, you know, maybe he was playing along with Jannard, but he always kind of had a look on his face like he didn't necessarily agree with everything that he was saying, and that, you know, he was surprised that it was a rift between the two of them. But no, he just jumping on this damn Jannard wagon. And so, you know, Diamond basically go ahead and get the heck up out of there. And I'm like, wow, okay, Jannard, like you really. And what kills me with Jannard is everybody basically was kind of, well, not everybody, but I heard a lot of people be like, oh, well, they have more respect for Jannard keep it more real because at least he's saying what he want and he going after it and he be consistent. And with Diamond, you know, he'll flip back and forth. And I get it, yeah, Diamond would flip back and forth and sometimes be acting like he want to be in the game, sometimes not. But to me, Jannard was a little punk because if you were so big, bad, and hard, why wasn't you going after your brother yourself? Why you keep trying to send other people out to get him, okay, and not stepping up to him in his face telling him all this stuff you keep saying behind his damn back? So I didn't have no respect for, no freaking druggy ass Jannard, all right? So, we had, you know, them at this bar, right? This is when they was having the conversation with, you know, the guy telling Vic, why don't you just go after Tommy and all of that kind of stuff. And there's this girl that comes over to one of the Irishmen, okay, the Four Horsemen, and telling him to come on and come outside. You know, he's sexy and she like his accent and all this different type of stuff. And so they go out in the back and she's basically about to, you know, give him this blowjob. And he's like, ooh, you know, just loving it, swearing his world is about to be rocked, baby. Well, it was about to be rocked, but not in the way that he thought it was, all right? Because Tommy crept right up behind him and slit his damn throat and was like, 1 down, 3 to go. So I was like, damn, because it'd be so funny how they be bringing in these big people that's supposed to be so big and bad and so know how to knock, you know, people out, and they got military style and the militia and this and that. And he be just knocking them out with nothing, right? And so, of course, they come back there and they see, you know, the guy all sprawled out on the floor, bleeding out. And Walter, of course, is pissed off. You know, he's like, how the hell he just was able to sneak up behind and, you know, do this. And it's like, because it's Tommy, that's why. And because y'all stupid and y'all not about y'all damn business like y'all think y'all are. All right, next. And so, basically, you know, Vic, of course, is pissed off. You know, he just swear he's about to avenge Gloria when we all know that Tommy has already damn avenged her. Okay, Vic, you late. And so, you know, Tommy had basically send a message, you know, and let them know that it's on and popping, right? He's ready and he ain't playing no games with these people. And I was so happy that you know, he was letting them know. And so at one point he even sent a text to Tommy like, you know, gotta re-up Azalia, and he was like, you in Flynn or we got beef? And she talking about some meet you know what I'm saying, at the lab. So she was basically about to tell her father like she got to weigh in, but he cut her off and was like, he's in charge of this now, and you know, basically thinking he big bad daddy or whatever. And so that was pretty much that with that. So you have JP at the hospital talking to D-Mac. He's telling him, you know, hey Darnell, I'm your dad. And then D-Mac was like, fake ass nigga. And he was like, I'm sorry, kiddo, this is my fault. Yes, it is the damn JP, you know, he should have tried harder and he should have been there. And he was like, you know, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you at the club and all of that kind of stuff, and that he let him down. He was like, you know, D-Mac asked him, is he gonna die? He like, no, son, you gonna be all right. You just need to get your rest. And so D-Mac just starts dozing back off. And so we have Tommy come in and he gonna talk about, why are you here? I said, JP, slow your roll, okay? I know you're upset about your son, but you being a little too cute, because if it wasn't for Tommy, you wouldn't even know your damn son was alive. Like you said, you looked him right in the face and didn't recognize him, okay? He been all up and around your damn by your club and you didn't recognize him, didn't even see him nowhere in sight. But Tommy came 2 seconds, like I said in my last review, and was able to figure it out. So you should be thanking him. You know, Tommy brung him some snacks. He brung him a shirt, whatever. And then he's asking how D-Mac is doing. And he was like, you know, his name is Darnell. Don't call him that. And that's my son. And Tommy steps up to him and was like, and that's my nephew. Okay. And so he was like, you know, he's real smart. And he's smarter than you could ever know. And she was like, he definitely didn't get it from Kate's side or whatever. And so he was like, he got a real future ahead of him. And JP was like, you know, that's if he gets out of here or whatever, you know, and then, Tommy was like, he's going to be good. And he was telling him that he was going to take care of the bills. And so, JP does start telling him that he needs to know his family history, that they was asking for medical records because of, the situation that happened or whatever with D-Mac. And then Tommy also lets him know that he got a Serb outside that's a bodyguard and, watching over to make sure just in case. And so, JP says okay. And so as far as anything, of course, pertaining to Kate and her medical history, Tommy ain't trying to hear that. He's like, I got some other things going on. But, JP was telling him is that is an envelope in Miriam's house that basically have some info in there. And so Tommy was like, all right. And then he says, and Tommy, and he was like, yeah, he was like, find out who the hell did this to my son. And of course, Tommy is like, no doubt. All right. That was going to happen whether you would have said something or not. Okay. Because they don't piss Tommy off with that. You got Janard coming out, leaving messages for Blackston. Oh, I called you 4 times. Why you ain't take your behind over there and see what's going on, Janard? You so damn big and bad. He hiding in the cut. And so basically, we see as Janard is leaving that message, Mr. Diamond is walking up, baby, with the baseball bat, and he done beat the hell out of Blackston damn ass, all right, for all the people that was sleeping on my boy, talking about Dude Diamond got it in him. Yes, he do, all right? Are y'all awake now? Because he was beating the mess out of him. Now, I was a little disappointed with this at the same time, though, because I was like, Dag, they brought him in just for him to go out like this. We know that he was in the Chi, and I was kind of hoping that he was at least going to be around another season. And like I said, I kind of felt like maybe he was going to end up actually being down for Diamond and trying to put him on the stuff. But he over here trying to talk crap to Diamond, talking about oh, you ain't got it in you and you bitch ass and this and that. So Diamond told him, you got one chance. He was like, tell me what the heck is going on. Tell me who sent you. You know what I'm saying? And come on, it's easy. And so he finally, it doesn't really take too much. He finally basically was like, after Diamond is choking him with the bat, it was Janard. All right, so he got his confirmation with that, which I don't know why Diamond needed a damn, confirmation. It was pretty clear. And he was like, it was your brother. And so Diamond tells him, I just needed to hear it. And he was like, I should have known. I thought shit would have changed when I got out. And so Blackston talking about your bitch ass changed, and you wanted to turn your life around, and you got soft and you weak, and Janard can't abide by that, and he can't have that, and your ass talking about you can't catch no more bodies. And so he was like, you don't got it in you. And so Diamond was like, you're right, I don't. And then turned around and was like, boom, see you later. You got that in your ass though, right? So hey, he had to do what he had to do, right? And so then we basically got, Vic talking about before that even happened, Tommy rides up to the house because he was going to go there for this envelope that JP was talking about with the medical records, but he hears some noise in there, so he like, I know no damn crackheads ain't breaking this house, and he taking out the gun, ready to pop off, and who's turning around but damn Kate raggedy ass. I mean, we seeing holes in the wall where whoever was in there had been punching walls. So he was like, Kate, what the hell you doing here? And I knew she was going to end up coming this episode. I thought maybe it would have been toward like the end or whatever. But she is there in the building, okay? And she's like, Tommy, she's like, I should have known your ass wasn't dead. And he's like, yeah, I should have known too. So, of course, they automatically start going at each other. But at the same time, it's funny seeing them two talk because it's like he'll be mad at her, but then he's still like, Ma! And he's saying he asking her for a daggone cigarette and stuff like that. And he's like, well, what the hell are you doing here? And why the hell are you, busting out the walls? And she's saying how, Miriam had this cash all throughout the house. There's thousands of dollars. She used to hide them in all the walls. And he was like, so you basically came here so you could steal money out the walls? What the hell are you talking about or whatever? He was like, you was going to rob the place. And so he was like, you can't steal from a dead woman. And then he was like, telling her don't smoke in here. And she was like, oh, please, she smoked 4 packs a day or whatever the case may be. And so I thought that was funny. Of course, she's like, you kill one brother and you come to see another brother or something like that. And he was like, look, you got to get the hell up out of here and go back to New York. JP don't need you. You know, he don't need no problems. And she was like, well, he called me and she was like, he sounds very sweet, unlike you. And so, you know, of course, he's just like shaking his head like, please get the hell up out of here with your crazy ass lady. You know, she want to sit down and pour a drink and light a cigarette. So, of course, you know, that's when he's telling her that JP is in the hospital. She's like, is he okay? He lets her know, yeah, he's okay. But, you know what I'm saying, it's his son. So she like, wait, I got a grandson? Oh, my gosh. She was like, well, I should have knew it. You never gave me one. And he's like, watch your mouth, okay? You don't know what you're talking about, all right? And she's like, what? You know, of course, Kate don't think about nothing, right? And so at the end of the day, he was like, I don't want you here. He don't want you here. You know, it's like 1 minute he'll be okay with Kate and the next minute he start flipping. You already know how their relationship is. And he takes out a big knot of money and he's like, this is what you came for, right? So get this and go ahead and leave about your business. So she already could pick up. She's like, Tommy, what kind of trouble are you in, you know? And he was like, don't worry about it. I got it. I'm good. And we don't need you in your bullshit. He was like, you know, I got a new life mind. It don't include you. And so she's talking about, Tommy, I want to meet my grandson. And she keeps saying, please, 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 I just want to meet him. Please, Tommy. And so he's like, all right. You know, he's like, I got bigger stuff to deal with. So we see that he gets a call from Markovich, but he don't answer because, of course, he's in the middle of dealing with this. He was like, shit, I got shit I got to do. He was like, all right, you can meet him, but it's not going to be today. And he go ahead and leave, you know, and she's just happy and flicking the little roll he just gave her, whatever. So we see Paulie and all of them discussing, you know, what's the next move they gonna make or whatever the case may be on Tommy. And, you know, Vic over here talking about what if they do a bomb on his apartment. And he was like, are you crazy, boy? He was like, I think you hit your head too hard. You not thinking straight. You know, they talking about, of course, Claudia all of a sudden want to volunteer, supposedly, and act like she's smart now and tell them that it's Tommy that's been behind Dahlia this whole time and that she knows where his lab is. A friend of hers told him, like, yeah, get the hell out of here. A friend of hers told her, rather. And so she say that, you know, one of her club contacts. And so they say they could hit him there, that she has the address. So, of course, Flynn talking about, okay, see, she's smart, good girl. You know, this is, can we trust this? And she say, yeah. And so Vic is saying they need to come up with more of a plan. He don't trust it. Paulie is actually agreeing with Vic, but Walter shoots both of them down, talking about, you know, oh, okay, good for you. Like, you want a cookie, you agreeing with Vic type of thing. And I'm like, all right, then don't listen to him. Because at this point, like I said, y'all all being dumb any damn way. So you might as well continue to be dumb. You know, he want to be cute talking about some problem solved because you don't trust. So he was like, y'all go. And of course, this is where Vic says, you know, he want to be the one to take out Tommy. Tommy should be the last, that should be the last face that Tommy sees. Blah, 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 you know. And so his father agrees to it, but he tells one of the Irishmen to, of course, go with him and make sure that he goes back, you know, brings him back home. And then Claudia asked, standing there looking all worried. And I'm just like, I don't know why you worry now, because you the same damn way as your father. You get it? Honestly, you a manipulator just like him, you know, and doing stuff underhanded and behind people back, but yet right in their damn face acting like you care. And so, you know, Diamond basically leaves Jannard a gift. When he comes home, he got somebody laying in his bed, right? It ain't one of the damn freaking bears, that's for sure, from Goldilocks, right? He left Blackston there for him to see. So he knows that he is in for it now and that his plan didn't go through. You know, Tommy is basically getting, you know, the lab ready where they was set up before, of course, with the doc. He already know that they gonna be coming, you know, for him. And he is basically letting it be known that it is time for Christmas to be canceled out this bitch, all right? And so here it is, you know, they swearing they about to do something and they swearing that they sneaking up on him and all this and that. But so like I said, Tommy already got stuff set up. He's already saying, let's act like this is the 4th of July. He's saying they on their way. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this together. And they standing there waiting. So when they first come in, they finish off those people in 2 damn seconds. Tommy was like, that was too easy. So let's go ahead and give it a minute. There got to be more coming. And they all, like I said, coming with the tactical gear, acting like they this big shit. And they just end up knocking them out one by one, you know. And we did see a couple of I think one of the guys that was with Tommy got shot, and they was just taking out they guys one by one, and some of them is still trying to hide in the hallway. Another one is trying to hide, you know, behind the fridge, freezer or fridge, whatever that was. And you know, the other Irishman is like yelling for them to get down. Then they threw like the smoke device out at them, and you know they counting. But every time they was coming out, Tommy and them was just hitting them. You know, Vic and the guy come out and they shooting back and forth, but they wasn't able to get nothing off. Okay, and so Tommy is still just, you know, knocking them out, and he's saying, how many more are there? And so apparently, you know, Vic and them underestimated Tommy for whatever reason. Okay, they don't know about him, but now they do, right? They found out the hard way. So of course, when they get back and some of the damn men is dead and Tommy is still alive, Claudia's pissed off. The daddy's pissed off. You know, he's telling him he was ready for them. He knew they was coming, that he was already prepared. And he was like, you brought a damn entire British army, and this one little, you know what I'm saying, guy's able to get past y'all couldn't kill one little rat, you know. And he said, well, he came out jumping at us, like he said, he was ready. And so I'm like, well, Walter, why you ain't go? You so damn tough, you know. And so all we seeing is Tommy sending Claudia pictures saying 3-0. I think he has sent it to her and to Vic. And so he basically was saying like, you got played, Claude. You thought Tommy was your friend. He was like, this was you all the time doing business with him on the side, wasn't it? And you're the reason why, you know, stuff went bad. And she was like, well, I wasn't the one that was crying in the bottle. And then he's saying, I almost died tonight. So basically, they both starting to turn on each other and argue with each other, whatever, because now he knows that she was in bed, well, not in bed with him, but doing business with him with the whole Dahlia thing. And he's in his feelings, and who cares, right? And so we have, you know, Liliana and the doctor at the lab, and Liliana at first was pulling out a gun, you know, not too sure who's coming up, but it's Tommy. He's coming in to give them an update, and she was telling him, you know, he scared the mess out of her, whatever. And she was asking how long they gonna have to be in this place, and he was like, well, she was saying she can't cook no meth like this, and he tells her to just keep working, you know, don't worry about it. And then he tells Liliana, you know, stuff is getting a little bit crazy, because she asked him how the scoreboard was. He was like, you know, the odds is against him and it's bigger than he thought. And he was like, you know, he got hit and he didn't get all the shooters, and then he got to worry about the whole drive-by situation, and then the Irish dudes in their military and stuff. He was like, they tactical, but they would not have hit him the way that, you know, these people got hit. So she was like, do you have any, you know, idea who this could be? And he was like, he don't know. But of course his bells in his head is starting to go off, and he has a theory. He just needs to confirm it, and we all know what he's thinking as far as that. You know, of course Mekovich never got back to him and let him know nothing, and he was like, you know, it's definitely not the serves out the wind that what went down last night. And so basically he just tells her to strap up. Now this is where Liliana pisses me off at. All right, we know Liliana's my girl. She's been down, she's held it down very good. But every now and then she does something stupid, and I just felt like this was stupid as soon as she did it. You know, the doc is telling her, Liliana, talk to me, what's going on? And she's telling her it's about to get dangerous. She needs to hurry up and get out of there. She needs to run. She basically gives her money. She's asking her, what about her? What about JP? She says she's a soldier. She chose this life, and JP is family. That was the biggest mistake to me, freaking Liliana. I swear, I love you to death, but it was. And so, you know, basically she's telling her to, you know, go ahead and get out of here. And as soon as she's saying that, I'm like, yo, this doctor's either about to get killed or Claudia about to grab her up for herself. Like, why did you do that? Because Tommy just said for her to stay there and keep working, and said for Liliana to strap up. That's it. He didn't say send her anywhere. So, you know, she basically thanks Liliana, and then she go ahead and leave. So, you know, one of the horsemen end up calling out Claudia. He peeps her bull crap. She's saying sorry about your men, and it seems like we underestimated the advisory, or it was bad intel. And so she's like, what are you saying? And he was like, he said, I'm saying you're not telling us everything about you and Tommy, and was it really worth your brother's life? So he already see the game in her too. And she was like, you're right. And of course she brings out the damn Dahlia, lets him get a hit of that. He high in like 2 seconds off of it. She tells him to indulge her a little, and she was like, basically saying her father's weak, which I found interesting, because we got Vic saying, the father's still strong, he could still get things done, and we got her basically blowing it up, saying that he's not gonna always be able to do things. She's the one with the smarts, essentially. He didn't see the future like she sees it. He's like, oh, but you do. She was like, I told him about Dahlia. I'm the one that, was behind it, and he refused to get in on it. And so he was like, well, okay, you got a lot more to you. You look like you like this little fragile thing. Then he was basically saying that Vic is weak, and she was like, no, he's not weak, but we just need to find out where he's useful. And so he was like, oh, I see, so you gonna make things happen, huh? And she was like, yeah, I can make things happen, or whatever the case may be, so let's make a deal. And she was like, when the time comes, you get me back to the Kingmakers in Dublin, or whatever the case may be, and I will give you an exclusive pipeline. So in the meantime, like I said, she gets it honest from her daddy, because she's literally over here trying to make, side deals with everybody right in plain sight. He told her she looks like a flower, but she's a serpent underneath. Then he tried to come in and act like he was getting a kiss, and she was like, okay, you're not my type. Like, slow down. You're getting a little too crazy there, all right? And she tells him that they have work to do. And so, we back at the hospital, and this time Tommy ends up coming with, Kate behind. No, I'm sorry. Before that happened, I'm skipping around, y'all. We actually had the doctor thinking, I guess she was getting in the Uber or something. But of course, when she gets in, it's Claudia sitting in there. She tries to jump out. She's scared. She's saying, don't kill her. Liliana told her to run, and she just want to start her life over. And Claudia telling her, I'm not going to hurt you. She was like, I just need you to tell me what's good, girl. And she was like, I'll tell you anything. I just don't want to get hurt. So she basically says, how do I get to Tommy? What's his weakness? And of course, she gonna damn tell, because she just worried about saving her life. So I'm like, damn, doc, damn. And of course, she just recently found out that JP is related to him. So that would be his weakness. So I'm like, And then we had Kate come to the hospital. She's seeing JP. He's all happy and emotional and giving her a hug. He's like, Kate. And she was like, he said, what are you doing here? She said, I want to see you. I want to see my grandson. So then she gonna look at D-Mac in the bed and talk about he don't look nothing like me. Like, really, chick? Funny ass. And so, she basically started trying to talk about, no, Tommy said he wanted to go over and talk to Z-Mac for a minute, and she was saying that she wanted to go over to Z-Mac, and he was like, well, wait a minute, you got explaining to do, okay, so why don't you stay here and continue to talk to JP for a minute while I go over to D-Mac. And of course he wants to go to D-Mac and basically, ask him questions of who could have possibly did this hit, right? Who else would know the spot that he was going to be at? And he says Marshall, which I never trusted Marshall Raggedy behind either, right? And of course he says this could be in connection with CBI, and tells him about the fact that Jannard wanted him dead, and Jannard was sending him to follow him. So that's what he was doing those times when Tommy, of course, seen him following him. And so he's like, oh, okay, of course that basically gave him the confirmation. And then D-Mac was basically like, who's that old white bitch? That tickled me. And he was like, that's your grandmother. He was like, I got an old white bitch for a grandmother? He's like, yeah. And he was like, she likes being called that, so keep it up, or whatever the case may be. And, then just go ahead and tell him to, to rest. And so we have Jannard Raggedy behind going trying to make a deal with Markovich. I'm like, everybody want to make a damn deal with everybody, and that's why I say I don't respect Jannard, because like I said, instead of handling this whole situation head on, you keep trying to go to other people. And Markovich is basically like, it's really not nothing you could offer me. You the one that stole the pipeline from me. Jannard over here talking about, oh, well, I could give it back to you. And he was like, well, that really doesn't help me, because I'm still going to have the issue with Walter. So Jannard says, if I could find a way to make peace between you and Walter, would that be a way for you to go ahead and help me with Tommy and Diamond. Like, if I do this, then don't back Tommy anymore, and then also get rid of Diamond. And he tells him, I'll help you with Tommy, but I'm not helping you with the thing with Diamond. That's family, and you would have to deal with that. And it's like, yes, why you not dealing with it? Why you keep going to other people asking them to help you with Diamond? If Diamond is supposed to be so weak, then what you need all this help for? That's the part I'm not understanding with him. And so now he gonna go and want to talk to Walter. And this is another time that Vic kind of sees that his daddy's full of crap, which he should have been able to damn see, because Jannard is there and he's like, well, what the hell is he doing there? I know you ain't thinking about making no damn deal with CBI. He's basically telling his father, like, don't trust him, because he's always, looking for an angle and whatever the case may be, and doing stuff on the side and all of that. And even he catches on quick, like, oh, you don't win against your brother. And then Walter talking about, oh, this is more interesting. You don't win against your brother, whatever the case may be. You turning against your own family. And he's intrigued, and he's asking Jannard what do he want. And so Jannard starts telling him how he already spoke to Markovich, and Markovich says that he will back off. If they agree to back off, they'll end up calling it a truce. And of course, Vic don't want to hear about no truce. He like, no, I want Tommy dead, and I want the Serbs dead, because of course Walter done put it in his damn head that they were supposed to be behind Glow, right? And all of this was supposed to be about Glow, even though we all know that it's not, and so at the end of the day, Walter ends up making the deal with him. He says yes, that he would be down, but everybody he's going to that he keep being like, oh, and help me out with my brother, they all pretty much, when it's all said and done, telling him that he would have to handle his own brother. You know what I'm saying? They would handle whatever other things, but they ain't got nothing to do, as far as the part of him and Diamond. And of course, Vic is pissed off, and Walter's telling him that he's still not in charge of nothing, and Paulie is basically looking at him like the dummy that he is. Because at the end of the day, Paulie even felt supposedly that CBI has something to do with his wife's face getting cut up. Remember that? And so, of course, he's not happy with this either. Vic is not happy with it from the aspect of, the Serbs supposedly killed Glue. And at the end of the day, everybody is seeing that Walter is basically full of crap, like they always thought he was, and Walter was even telling him, like, that's pretty damn low. You going after your damn brother? Oh, okay. But like I said, he ain't have that much of a problem with it, because he still made the deal. So we have Tommy come in to see Diamond. He's getting checked by security, and he says to Diamond, like, where you got this guy from? TSA. He was like, this is definitely not, your regular crew. And Diamond, of course, is like, yeah, he's a loner. There's not too many people that I could trust right now. And so Tommy was like, yeah, pretty much same here. And he lets him know he got shot at the other night and they hit a kid. And so he was like, that's a violation, and he doing real bad. So Diamond tells him, sorry to hear that. And he was like I said before, I don't got no beef with you. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, so Tommy was like, yeah, but I'm pretty sure that CBI took this shot. So at the end of the day, that means that Jannard made a move. That means that he's not down with you no more. And it's time to take, these motherfuckers out, basically. And so he's saying that he needs to see Blackston. If Blackston is the one that did it, he gotta go. And Diamond is saying that's already taken care of. Tommy is letting him know that he got the Serbs, and he was like, really? Seriously? He was like, yeah, but I need somebody that I could trust. He was like, and you've been the only one that's been real with me, since I got here. And so Diamond says the same back, and he says that he can help with the Flins, and he always wanted to get at Walter old ass any damn way, but he don't know what he want to do as far as Jannard yet. And Tommy lets him know, yeah, killing your brother, that's some other shit, so if you need my help with that. And Diamond was like, nah, at least not yet, okay? Hold off on that. And then, he basically says, all right, we got some shit we got to do, and they do a handshake or whatever. And so, we have, of course, JP going to the daggone house to look for these records for himself, right? And as soon as he left the hospital, I'm like, Lord, they gonna kill JP. They gonna kill JP. All right. And so We see him finding the records, taking them out, and then we just see like he sees the picture of him and D-Mac when he was little or whatever have you. And we just kind of hear a noise and see the daggone picture drop. Like, you could tell somebody was about to walk up, but you don't see, who it is or what's happening. And so I'm like, oh God, JP. And the next thing Tommy is coming asking damn Liliana, where's the doc? And she was like, oh, I told her to get out of town and she's packing up the money. He was like, no, why would you do that? Now she's vulnerable or whatever. Claudia's going to want to go after her. He was like, did you make sure she was gone? Did you make sure she was safe? And then, at the same time, Claudia's calling him. So he's like, speaking of the double, and he answers it. And of course, she talking about, I got the pleasure of meeting your brother. We have him. All right. If you ever want to see him again, then you need to go ahead and meet up with us. And so, of course, Claudia and Liliana, I should say, and Tommy is looking at each other, and he's like, oh, now you really messed up. You fucking with my family? He was like, little girl, you gonna learn. You got Walter in the back talking about some, hey, Tommy. He was like, yeah, I see you still playing games and hiding behind shit. Then Jannar starts talking. He was like, oh, well, look, I finally got all of y'all together, And so here go, Vic wanting to still bring up Glow, and he's like, boy, I keep telling you, the truth is staring at you right in your face. I didn't have nothing to do with this. And they basically say they want to do the exchange, for Tommy's brother. And so here go Jannard, mad lost. Wait a minute, hold up. You telling me that this is damn Tommy brother? That's his brother. And JP get up and was like, and I guess you the one that did the shooting the other night. So of course, JP gonna want a piece of him because that's D-Mac that got hit. And then here go Jannard. Wait, so that's his brother and D-Mac is his son? I can't believe this. Oh, I'm here for this. Like all of a sudden he getting excited to hear about gossip. I'm like, really, Jannard? And so Claudia pulls him to the side with her raggedy behind, and she's still trying to make a deal with somebody else too. She telling him about Dahlia. She's saying she was the one that was in charge of it and was out front with it and had, Tommy as her front man and that he could come in and work. And she was like, all stuff aside, do you really know, whether Tommy actually had anything to do with, what happened with Glow or not? And he was telling her that he was impressed, but he looked like he really didn't want to be bothered with it too much either, like he see the game in her. And he was like, as far as Tommy goes, he don't know. But when he went to Markovich didn't mention anything about Tommy. He said that the only reason why he came at them was because of the fact that Walter came after his 3 men. Then he got him, got them back for that. And she was telling him how she got, the chemist and the lab, and that he could give her, she could give him this excessive access and he could be his distributor. And he was like, in exchange for what? He was like, dirt on your daddy. And so he was like, okay, I see you making moves. Yeah, everybody see you, Claudia. Okay, you swear you under the radar, but you ain't. And so, like I said, he put her on to that little piece of gem as far as the whole Tommy and, Mekovich thing went. And she still ain't say shit to Vic, okay? But has the info, which they already knew this anyway. So like I said, dumb and dumber, And then she tells him, thanks for the transparency. And so we have Lily and Claudia and Diamond trying to meet up to make a plan. Of course, they're saying they're going to be outnumbered. They don't got much cover. They basically was like, they're going to have a plan. And they picked a place where they know once gunshots would go off, nobody would hear it. And they're going to have it aimed on them. And she was, he was telling them they ain't got to go in there. And of course, Liliana like, hell no, I'm going in there with you, all right? And that's the only way it's going to go, all right? I'm not leaving you by yourself. And so, they were saying that he's going to give them what, they want. Because they was saying it was a problem. There was no way for them to stay hidden. And they was like, they can't take no chances because they could shoot JP. And then they was like, they could end up shooting Tommy. So they said, how do we fix this? And, we give them what they want is basically what Liliana says. So, of course, we have, Walter, Jannard, Paulie, Claudia, Liliana, and all the damn Irishmen. Claudia, Paulie, Walter, Vic, and all the Irishmen there. And also Raggedy Jannard is with them as well. And they saying they got there early, but then we see Diamond step out with Tommy. And at first he trying to hold a gun to him. And, Vic and Walter's basically like, okay, Diamond, what's going on? What are you doing here? And he's like, well, I caught Tommy. He was trying to leave, and he was like, really, Tommy, you was going to leave without your brother? And he was like, well, you know what I'm saying? With all of y'all turning on me and lying on me and doing all this other stuff, why not? And so Diamond also starts to talk about how, you know what I'm saying, his brother turned on him. So some of the guys from CBI is hearing this, and they like, wait, you turned on him? CBI split, and so basically Diamond is saying that he want to make this deal. And so, of course, Walter don't want too much stuff coming out, and he don't want Tommy to keep talking and everything. He's saying, let's hurry up and do this. You send him over here, and I send JP out or whatever have you. You got Diamond playing it off, hitting him in his head, and that's when he was saying Jannard tried to kill him, and he was like, "Well, the truth needs to come out," and it was like CBI gonna split in half. So, like I said, some of the boys ain't happy with that, and Jannard is telling them to shut up, and he's saying he want to make this deal, and so Walter's like, "Okay, I'm listening. What you got? You know what I'm saying? Lay it all out for me." So he was like, "I'm gonna turn Tommy over, and you gonna give me my brother." And so Jannard punk ass just rolls his hand, eyes. You got Vic stepping out because he want to damn still go so hard on Tommy. And Walter's telling him to calm his behind down. And then he going to tell Jannard, I thought you was supposed to have, control. Jannard says, I do, and starts shooting. But of course, ain't hit not one damn person, And Diamond and all of them start shooting back. And basically it turns into a big, shootout. We seeing, whatever different bodies dropping. It wasn't nobody major from either one of the teams, And so at the end of the day, Diamond says he gonna go ahead and go after Jannard because Jannard little raggedy behind running. I'm saying, what you running for? You supposed to be so big and bad, and I'm not understanding what you running for, Jannard. And so, Victor called himself going running after Tommy. So him and Tommy basically ends up getting into a fight. He ends up, grabbing him. They beating each other. And Tommy's like laughing at freaking Vic when he's saying him like, okay, get it all out. Like, you doing your thing. You hit harder than I thought you could type of thing. He's not even phased by the damn hits. And he keep trying to tell him he needs to wake his ass up. You got Diamond chasing after freaking Jannard, and Jannard shooting back at him, and he falling and fumbling all over the ground. So then you had Liliana come out, and they saying, oh man, there's a shooter in the back, because my girl was just taking them out. She took out about 3 or 4 of them on her own. Then she runs back to hide behind the truck. Girl, oh Lord, this is the part that pissed me off like nobody business, y'all. And so then we had, Diamond with Jannard, and Jannard's on the ground talking about, do it, do it, do it. And Diamond shoots, but then, and Jannard looked like he was shook as hell too, but he didn't actually shoot him. And he tells him, at the end of the day, I don't want nothing to do with you no more. Like, you showed who you were. You showed the true colors. But it's either you die or we split CBI and we go our separate ways. Freaking Jannard gonna talk about, oh, this is all I ever wanted, and now you do this and da-da-da-da. So in the meantime, you got Claudia going around, and like I said, she taking people out one by one. You got Jannard sitting here, like I said, talking about some, oh, this is all I ever wanted. And he was like, why you couldn't been do this? You could have did this from the beginning. Jannard, you could have spoke up from the beginning and said that's what you wanted. You literally was trying to take your brother's damn life for this. And then he talking about, so you back in the game now? We could have been doing this from the beginning. And he was like, yeah. Diamond said, yeah, but you broke family for me. We would never, ever. He was like, that's water of a bridge now. So there it is. You know what I'm saying? And Jannard was like, there it is. And so I'm like, okay, so apparently now they just going to go their separate ways, And of all damn people in the mix of this, like I said, Claudia taking out these people one by one. You got, freaking Tommy coming out with Vic telling Walter like, here he go. This your son. This your boy right here. Tell the truth once and for all if you want all this to be over with. He's like, checkmate, Walter. And in the meantime, while he's walking forward and he's saying, bring my brother out, freaking Claudia raggedy behind sneaks up behind Liliana. She didn't see her, and she ends up freaking shooting my girl Liliana in the chest. And she yells out for Tommy, and he's like, hang in there. He's like, Liliana, Liliana, Liliana. And I'm like, oh my God, no. No. Like, I could really kill y'all for doing that to my girl Liliana. And so, Tommy is telling Flynn, like, you would really let your son die for this? He was like, you know, you the one that was behind all of this. You wanted Gloria dead. First, Vic was still trying to be like, no, it's not true. He was like, come on, use your damn brain. Think, stupid ass. Like, it's always been in front of you, or whatever the case may be. And, you know, basically Walter was telling him to shut up, and then here come Glow. Tell him the truth. Tell him the only reason why they killed him was because, you know, of what you did. And she was like, yeah, I know at first I said that Tommy was talking to them, but I was wrong. And finally she admits everything, and she's like, you're the one that set him up, and now she's dead. And so he's like, explain that, one die. And of course he just looking stupid, you know. And they were saying that because he killed the servants in cold blood, so he telling them to shut up and all of that kind of stuff. And in the meantime, freaking Liliana is laying there damn dying because of stupid ass Claudia. And I'm just really pissed off with that. I feel like if they would have had one-on-one fight, it would have been no way in the world that that Claudia would have been a match for Liliana. She had to come on some sneak shit to do that. And so of course Vic finally realizes, oh, it wasn't you, it was it wasn't Tommy, it was you. And then he go up on Walter and basically, you know, was putting a damn knife up to him because he was telling, you know, Tommy to let him go, and he was like, not till he let my brother go. So they essentially let both of them go at the same time. You know, he got the knife up at Walter's neck, and Walter tells him, you ain't got it in you, and he basically was like, yeah, I'm nothing like you, and walks away. And Tommy, of course, runs over to Liliana, and he's telling her to get up, he's telling her to hold on, you know what I'm saying, that she's gonna be okay. But of course she's not. You know, our girl is going. He's asking her who did this, and Claudia gonna come walking up behind him talking about, oh, Tommy, it could still be a chance that we could work together. You know, he's telling her to breathe, and he's asking her who shot her. And he was like, come on, tell me, tell me, tell me. He was like, I tell you, Liliana, whoever did this, they gonna freaking pay. And so here come Claudia talking about, oh, it's still a benefit for us to work together. Tommy was like, oh, no, it's not, baby. And she was like, well, you know, then I guess I better be ready. He was like, yeah, I guess you better, because that's done and over with. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come after your ass, bitch. Ooh, your days is numbered. So anyway, Tommy didn't want to leave Liliana. This really hurt him. He kept telling her to come on. You know, Diamond and JP is telling him they got to get up out of here. He was like, you a strong girl. You stronger than that. This is not going to take you down. He's telling her to wake up. But of course, you know, they got to let him know she's gone. He's telling him to, you know, come on, she need help. And they like, Tommy, she's gone. You know, because he was like, why is she staring at, you know, like, why are y'all staring at me like that? And so Diamond and JP had to tell him to let her go. And he essentially turns and says to Liliana, you know, I was wrong about you. You were the only one that held me down and was loyal from beginning to end. And that she was. That she was, y'all. Okay? She really was, though. She was a trooper. She was like the most unexpected, pleasant surprise that really did come through, and she really did grow on me and became one of my favorites. And so, rest in peace, Liliana. All right? You went out a trooper. And so, you know, they went ahead and left from there. So now we get these damn cops talking. They knowing about the Serbs. They knowing about these shootouts. They finding all these different bodies in various locations within 24 hours. They knowing about the Irishmen. Of course, they know about damn Walter and them. And they just so happen to have a damn side profile, a damn Tommy. I'm like, ah. And of course, no shocker, we then end up seeing damn Sullivan talking. And them mentioning what's his name, Sax. And then we have Blanca end up coming up, and she's talking about the Four Horsemen and saying how she want to go there for this case. She's talking about the Four Horsemen, the Irishmen, the Serbs, and all of that, saying how she heard about this case and she wants to go there. And he's basically like, nah, you know, you wait and we'll see, and I'll get back to you on that. So somewhere down the line, we're going to more than likely see her coming into play, which her damn voice annoys the hell out of me. But that wasn't too much of a shock to me. You know, then we have JP and Tommy and Diamond, you know, basically having a toast to Liliana. We seeing Claude and Vic looking at this pic of Glow, and she's saying how they gonna always stay together. We seeing Walter looking all sad, basically pouring out an empty damn bottle that ain't got nothing else in it in a damn glass, looking in a daze, and Paulie come and take the bottle from him. You know, we seeing Jannard walking in an empty barbershop like he thinking. We seeing Diamond looking at this map, saying this section that he got, and Tommy's like, well, at least you still have a section that's yours that you could call your own. And, you know, Diamond says he's not messing with Dahlia, and Tommy says he's not either, but he definitely has something even bigger that's on his mind that he is trying to go after, and he was like, I'm getting the whole map. All right. And so that was basically how the episode ended, y'all. I was here for this. It was good. I was yelling at the TV. I liked it. My disappointment, of course, is that Liliana died. I didn't think they was bringing in Black just to kill him like that. I felt like one of the kids should have died. I felt like maybe at least one from each team should have lost somebody. I'm kind of mad that both of them are still walking around. I'm happy that JP and D-Mac is okay. And I feel like they basically gave us the setup for what we going to be getting, you know, and looking forward to in season 2. But y'all go ahead and tell me what y'all thought about this episode. Put it all in the comments, all right? Let's discuss. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Till next time. Talk to y'all later. Toodaloo.